Hi there, and welcome to 10.6 Consulting. Today we're going to take a quick look at activities and the correct way of implementing them into your project. What is an activity in scheduling terms? An activity is an item that represents discrete effort required to complete a WBS deliverable. An activity has a planned start date, a duration, and a planned finish date. An activity can also have resources such as labour, non-labour, and materials assigned to it. This is used to build a profile of labour costs and hours. One or more activities can be defined below a WBS element and should represent all the different tasks that need to be performed to create a deliverable. In the previous lesson, we looked at the work breakdown structure and learned how this represents the major deliverables for the project. When we're thinking about activities, however, we must focus on the tasks that must be performed in order to create that deliverable. Activities are, in essence, the to-do list for the project. Let's focus for a moment on just one branch of our ProSearch example WBS, the 1.3 build branch. This branch terminates at level 3 of the WBS, with the interface, engine, and database connect elements. These tell us what to deliver, but nothing about the work needed to achieve that deliverable. We need to create activities below the WBS in order to provide that detail. Let's start with the interface. The design department has already delivered a requirements document that describes the search field, search button, and advanced search buttons, and what capabilities it will offer the user. In brief, these capabilities state that the interface must deliver the following capabilities. It must work on the following web browsers: Internet Explorer, Firefox, Google Chrome, and Safari. Must support 32-bit and 64-bit operating systems. It must be predictive text enabled based upon a database index, and offer a spell check capability if not provided by the browser. While the above are technically describing deliverables, they are too detailed to warrant a fourth level to the WBS, so we focus on the work needed to give the interface these desired attributes. Depending on how familiar you are with the type of work you are developing a schedule for, it may require that you interview the people who perform the work to help you create a more realistic account of their process. In this example, the activities for the interface WBS element may be something like the following. Start search interface development. Identify and document software and operating system prerequisites. Develop software architecture design document. Develop code components design document. Write code for search field and buttons. Deliver completed code for testing. In Primavera P6, the tasks would look like this. Note, the first activity is a start milestone and the last is a finish milestone activity type. This is a good idea and should be done whenever it's practical. Start and finish milestones can be helpful in clearly identifying the planned start date of a deliverable and its planned finish date. This is also helpful when building out the schedule logic as discussed in the following lesson. The remaining activities are task-dependent activity types. The term task-dependent is Primavera's way of identifying that the activity is scheduled using the activities calendar and not the calendars of any resources assigned to it. Typically, this is the most commonly used activity type in a P6 schedule. Now take a closer look at the way the activity names have been constructed in the task description fields. The activity names have been created using the following best practice guidelines. Scheduling best practice guidelines state that wherever possible, use the verb noun naming technique. In other words, describe what you are doing and what you are doing it to. For example, design interface, write code, or if you're in construction perhaps, install pipe. Keep the activity's description as short as possible while still being meaningful. The previous bullets will help with this. Always use standard abbreviations. This will make sure all the stakeholders can understand the nature of the activity's scope. And this last bullet is particularly critical. Keep the activity's scope description adequately narrow to allow for accurate progress reporting. If the description is too broad, it will be hard to determine an accurate percentage of completion when work gets started. If you'd like to learn more about Primavera P6, then 10.6 offers some great online training courses. These courses are written by industry experts and offer you all the skills you need to get up and running as a P6 scheduler. For more information, visit our website at 106.com for full details on how to get started.